Preseason game number 1 all done and dusted, and what is it that we can take away from this one? Now obviously it ended in a 1-1 draw, Matlock Town scoring first from a penalty given away by Cruz Allen, Derby County scoring late on with the final kick of the game. I'm not quite sure if it was Jake Rooney or Harry Hawkins, but either way Derby County scored. Now, it was a very, very interesting game. First half, I think you've got to take the positives out of Isaac Gordon. Unbelievable performance from him. And then obviously heading into the second half, we saw a completely changed 11 with a range of different youth players and youngsters. And we're going to get into that in this full video. We're going to talk about the chances, some differences that I've seen about the team and how it could progress going forward. But before we do that, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let me know your thoughts on the game down in the comments. Obviously, first preseason friendly is never going to be a great one, but let me know your thoughts down below. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, but let's get into it. Do you want to win yourself the brand new Derby County 2025-26 home shirt? Well, I'm here to give you an opportunity to do that. There will be a link down in the description where you can head on over to raffle.com to join a raffle where you can win the Derby County home shirt. Ticket prices start at just £1 with a range of different discounts available. You can buy 2 tickets, get 2 free, 5 tickets, get 5 free, 10 tickets, get 10 free, and 15 tickets to get 15 free. The intention with this is to give you guys the opportunity to win a Derby County shirt for less than the valued cost in the shop. So if you haven't done so already, head on down to the description, click on the link in the description which will take you over to raffle.com, create yourself an account, answer the question and join this raffle. The winner will be announced on August 1st at 6 p.m. as the transfer window begins to draw to a close. So if you haven't done so already, head on over there and get your tickets. Now obviously for those of you who maybe weren't watching the game, or maybe those of you who have only watched the highlights, we started off in a 4-2-3-1 with Zetterstrom in goal, a back four of Isaac Gordon on the right, Danny Bart, Matlock and Callum Elder at left back. We then had a midfield 3 of Kenzo, Osborne and Ibu Adams, and a front 3 of Corey Blackett-Taylor on the left, Caden Jackson on the right, and Kemar Roofe starting through the middle. Now, something that I noticed throughout this game, which I'm not sure if you guys would have noticed or not, was Jakub Zetterstrom did not have his safety cap on, whatever you want to call it, helmet, whatever. He didn't have that on, which was actually quite surprising for me. And I actually thought that he looked a little bit like Summer, is he Swiss goalkeeper? But that's completely irrelevant. I thought, to be fair, the first half was quite decent. You can tell that the weather sort of has had an impact on this game, if I'm completely honest. It was sort of a very slow-paced game, not only because it's the first game of pre-season, but also because it's that sort of... it's the initial game of pre-season. The weather's difficult. We know that in these hotter conditions, it's a struggle for anybody. Whether you're used to these conditions or not, it's always a struggle. I think we played Ibu Adams in more of like a 10 role, which I think wasn't the right call, if I'm completely honest. Now, obviously, performance doesn't really matter, but I thought Kenzo was really good on the ball when he had the opportunity, made some really good passes. I thought Danny Bart and Matt Clark looked really good at the back. Corey Blackett-Taylor had moments. Caden Jackson, again, sort of looks the same as he did last year, nothing too special. I think there's got to be a massive shout out though for Isaac Gordon stepping in at right back with obviously Ryan Niambi, Joe Ward and Kane Wilson all missing out, and I thought Isaac Gordon set himself up really well. He was up and down the right hand side, created some really good opportunities, wasn't afraid to get involved, which is obviously really important. I think if we can keep Osborne fit, I think he'll be really good in the middle as well. Obviously, Kemar Roofe is one of those you sort of know what to expect with him being an experienced pro, but a decent performance from him. Obviously, I think both Roofe had a good opportunity to score. Blackett-Taylor did have the ball in the back of the net, but it was ruled out for offside, although I'm not entirely sure about that one. And there was another couple of opportunities across the course of the first half in which I don't particularly think we sort of have really hit our stride. Obviously, it's only our first pre-season game. But obviously sort of a little bit of an interesting one in that regard. Now, obviously, if Isaac Gordon keeps up those level of performances, can definitely see him being a part of the first team picture. I think there's going to be a lot of questions asked about that sort of Kenzo and Ibu sort of role that we sort of saw today. I don't necessarily think that Ibu should be that furthest forward midfielder, but I also don't think he has the technical ability to be the deepest midfielder. So it'll be interesting to see how that develops across the course of the next few weeks of pre-season. Then obviously moving on into the second half, we went into a 3-5-2 formation. Josh Vickers in goal, a back three of Forsyth, Pieters and Rooney, a midfield five of Gill on the left. It was then Hawkins, Thompson and Cruz Allen in the middle, with Freddie Turley on the right, and then up front Charles Abuka and Lennon Wilden. Now, Freddie Turley started off the first half really, really well, broke into the opposition half, got into the opposition box as well. In my opinion, probably should have been a bit more selfish and taken on the shot. But other than that, I think Turley had a good half. Vickers, apart from the penalty that he had to deal with, didn't really have a great deal to worry about. Fozzie, Rooney, I think both put in decent performances. Pieters looked a little bit sloppy, if I'm completely honest. We'll get into Pieters and Roofe a little bit later on in this video. I felt if you look at the midfield three of Hawkins, Tomo and Cruz Allen, I thought looked okay. I thought Hawkins looked better than I anticipated. Liam Thompson obviously doing Liam Thompson things, and Cruz Allen sort of, I think on occasion he tried to do a little bit too much, had a couple of opportunities where he maybe could have took a shot on or made the pass and didn't really make an early decision. You then obviously look at the forward two of Abuka and Wilden. I think they worked together quite well, and I think they got on quite decently. I think at the end it was either, I don't know if it was Wilden, Rooney or Hawkins who scored the goal at the end for Derby County, but they were all sort of in that area, which is obviously important. Now, obviously, there's going to be a lot to talk about in regards to these young players. There was also Jack Perry and Harry Evans also involved but didn't get on the pitch. Obviously, it's a really good experience, especially in the second half, for a load of those youngsters to get their chance. Tristan Gill, sorry, I didn't mention him. I thought he was really good in that second half, especially in that left-back, left-wing-back position, where I think Derby County are sort of after numbers, if I'm completely honest, because obviously, at the moment, I think all three players who can play that position for Derby that are contracted are all sort of 30 or above. So that's obviously something which needs to be developed. Now, obviously, some people are going to discuss the players that weren't involved. Kane Wilson, Colton Morris, Curtis Nelson, Lars Jorgen Selverson, Sondre Langas, Joe Ward, I think, and Ryan Niambi. Now, Ward, Niambi, Wilson, all of them are out for injuries. Dejan Brown also wasn't involved. Dejan Brown and Carlton Morris both had a little bit of a knock. No point risking them in pre-season. It just doesn't really make that much sense. Now, the two captains were Liam Thompson and Ibu Adams. And if I'm completely honest, I think there's a lot of positives to take away. Obviously, people are going to look at the draw and sort of go, we drew to a non-league team. But I think you have to sort of look at it in sort of the prospect of getting minutes in the legs, getting them all ready for obviously heading to Austria, which I believe they will travel across the course of the next couple of days, where they're obviously going to have a decent training camp away in Europe. I believe we play Red Bull Salzburg, which will be a good game to watch. But it's one of those for me. I think we'll see a lot of these youngsters involved in that as well. I think Isaac Gordon's put himself in a really good position. You've obviously got Rooney, who I think will be there. I think the likes of Allen, Abuka, Tristan Gill. I even think Freddie Turley really is doing himself a good opportunity of being a part of that squad going forward. Obviously, Derby County are still awaiting on the announcement of Patrick Ajimang at the moment, which we're waiting for right now, but we'll obviously have to wait and see how that goes. Obviously, at the moment, it is not yet done. Now, what else is there that we need to discuss on this one? Now, I don't know. I think that's it, actually. So, obviously, decent performance from Derby. I think there's obviously a lot of work still to do in regards of the team and transfers and things like that, but obviously have to wait for that one to come in. Now, who is going to be the next transfer coming in? Obviously, Patrick Ajimang, medical done, on his way over yesterday. Hopefully, got everything signed and sealed, and he'll be heading to Austria with us. But you can obviously let me know your thoughts on that one down in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on the team down below as well. Obviously, a lot of changes still to be made. But that is going to be it for this one. If you have not done so already, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell, and I'll catch you in my next one. Do you want to win yourself the brand new Derby County 2025-26 home shirt? Well, I'm here to give you an opportunity to do that. There will be a link down in the description where you can head on over to raffle.com to join a raffle where you can win the Derby County home shirt. Ticket prices start at just £1 with a range of different discounts available. You can buy 2 tickets, get 2 free, 5 tickets, get 5 free, 10 tickets, get 10 free, and 15 tickets to get 15 free. The intention with this is to give you guys the opportunity to win a Derby County shirt for less than the valued cost in the shop. So if you haven't done so already, head on down to the description, click on the link in the description, which will take you over to raffle.com, create yourself an account, answer the question, and join this raffle. The winner will be announced on August 1st at 6 p.m. as the transfer window begins to draw to a close. So if you haven't done so already, head on over there and get your tickets.